Up until recently, I always thought of Bachmann as a budget brand. Take my GP30 for example. Not that much detail. It still looks good enough to pass by, but there's things lacking, such as the F at the front of the train, and some minor other stuff. However, this locomotive completely changes my mind. What's up, viewers? This is Foamer Plus Productions. In today's video, we will be unboxing, reviewing, and running the Bachmann ALC-42 locomotive. Unboxing this thing is pretty straightforward. What you pretty much do is you just pull on one of these, flip up the tabs, pull the locomotive and its containing cases out. Next, you're gonna pull up on these two tabs and break these away and pull the locomotive and the inner casing out. Then what you want to do is lift up here, pull away here, and now you can just freely pull out the locomotive. Also included in the box is the quick start guide and the 2-paged assembly guide. As you can already see, this thing is packed with detail. So let's start with the front. On the front of the locomotive, we have the two number boards, windshield, cab interior, windshield wipers, and nose lights, followed by the white stripe that continues throughout the locomotive. Under that, we have the TrackTribe mark logo. Then we have two sets of headlights encased in a blue paint. Under that, we have the red and white FRA stripes, I think, or they're just part of the livery, I'm not sure. And next to that, we have the NU cables and head and power cables. And as you can see, separately applied grab irons. Under that, we have the plow of the locomotive with the Bachmann Easy Make coupler. On the side of the locomotive, we have, starting at the front, we have the F to signify that this is the front of the locomotive, right next to the model number of this locomotive, and what I'm presuming is the builder's plate. And right above that, we have a sand filler hatch and a hatch that's labeled sand. Right next to that, we have an American flag. And right above that, we have the cab mirror and cab window. To the left of that, we have two separately applied grab irons surrounding the cab door, which has two handles, which signifies that this locomotive can be accessed at short and high platforms. And right under that, we have the steps. And right next to the steps, we have the sanding line, which I'm happy they included because not a lot of locomotives I have include that little detail. Then onto the trucks. These trucks are extremely accurate. These are the most realistic trucks I've ever seen. You can see there is like little divots and lines inside the actual wheel, which is very accurate. You can see like all the suspension on it, simulated suspension. I'm not even sure what those do. And yeah, same on the other side. Right above the trucks, we have the engine number, that being 300. And above that, we have a little vent. Moving on to the side, it's pretty flat. However, there is some small text that I'm not sure is legible. But above that, we have this little plate. I'm not sure what it is. Over here, we have the fuel tank, which is really well detailed and has some, proper ports from what I can tell. Then continuing like right above the end of the fuel tank, we have what I'm presuming is the emergency cutoff, and then a little legible sign that's, saying don't smoke near diesel fuel. Right above that, we have the Amtrak travel mark logo, and to the left of that, we have the signature, Siemens Charger interior vents think they're called. And yeah, they let you see into the interior. A cool thing is, I will probably play a video or something right here. This is see-through, and it will light up with the interior of the locomotive when power is applied, which is really cool. And you can see there's 2 vents that are see-through. Then right to the left of that, we have another vent, followed by a something that reminds me of the Amtrak Pointless logo. This is I think the defining feature of the Phase 6 colors. And right under that, we have the other set of trucks, which look pretty similar. I can't really identify any other differences, but still amazingly detailed, and also with that sanding line. Right next to the trucks, we have this little electrical panel, I'm presuming, and then right next to that, we have some steps leading into some other steps that I'm not sure what leads to. But we have another vent right there. At the back of the locomotive, Bachmann continues with the amazing detail. You can see the cab door with the Amtrak travel mark on it. Above that, there is separately applied grab irons, and the numbers on the sides really large. Then right above that, you have the like rear headlights. Then right under the these grab irons, there are more grab irons with the marker lights. Right underneath that, there is this little platform that leads up to the door. Then there's some red and white boxes. I'm not sure what those do. But then we have like more head-end power and U cables, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, by the way. I didn't really research the anatomy of this train before recording this video. On either sides, we have these 2 steps and more separately applied grab irons, which I think mine is bent. I'll fix that later. Then right under that, we have the coupler box with the second easy bait coupler, followed by the plow. On the other side of the locomotive, I can't tell if there's any differences from the other side. There might be slight deviations, but I'm not really seeing any. Besides, I think there's a panel missing back here, and I think it might be moved up here. On the bottom of the locomotive, it's not detailed that well. Like Rapido does a lot better work than this, but you can see like sanding lines, screws to hold the frame in, some just like a couple like boxes and stuff on the trucks, the speaker for the locomotive, and this is DCC sound equipped, and you can't get this DCC ready. And next to that, we have a bit of the fuel tank details, another box on the trucks, some more sanding lines, and yeah, the pilot. Starting at the front of the top of the locomotive, you can see this little AC unit, and then right next to that we have, I'm presuming, PTC antennas. I'm not exactly sure, like I said earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. You have some like little, like, I don't know, like signal sensors or something like that. Starting at the front of the top of the locomotive, we have a AC unit right above the cab, and some little boxes on the other side, and some molded in wires. Next to that is what I'm presuming are PTC antennas, and some other like sensors or something. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Then right next to that, in this little divot, we have the Nathan K5LA horn with the mesh nets on it, which is accurate to the prototype. Right next to that, we have some, just presuming, like more sensors and cables and stuff underneath these 2 like boxes. Then I'm presuming this is a, I wouldn't say smokestack, but like exhaust stack. Then surrounded by these 2 blue boxes, which are nicely detailed. Right next to that, we have 2 more long little panels. Then right next to that, we have the radiator fans, I'm presuming. And these are nice because you can see through. Apparently, from watching other reviews, they are paper, but they still look good. And yeah, they just look good. To the right, we have more vents, and I'm presuming more PTC antennas with some more, like, you know, like sensor stuff. This locomotive is stunning. In my opinion, this is comparable to Broadway Limited. But now, let's take it over to the layout to hear the sounds and watch it run. Alrighty, I got the locomotive set up on the track, and now let's give it power. Alrighty, that was the startup sequence. Now I'm going to go through a little bit of the sounds, not all of them because there's like 27, but I'm going to go through the main ones. So, we have the bell. Bell. There we go. Notice the ditch lights flashing with the sound effect of the bell. And after I turn off the bell, it'll stop, like now. Next, we have the horn. That's the long horn. Notice the horn, the lights also flash, and it should stop. Yep. We have the short horn. We have a flyby. Takes a little bit. Simulates that. There's a couple different variants of that, some without the horn. Then there is also signals for quills, such as the start quill, stop quill, grade crossing quill, stop, stuff like that. I'm not going to go through those, but I will go through the station announcements, and there's like 30 of them, so I'm going to only go through like 2. So this is the, should be the departing announcement. Nope, that was the moving.
May I have your attention, please? Now departing on track 4, northbound train number 174. Last call for train number 174 on track 4. Aboard!
Alright, and now let's do the arrival.
May I have your attention, please? Now arriving on track 1, southbound train 183. Please have your identification and tickets ready when boarding the train. Have a pleasant trip.
And there's multiple voices for those, and there's like, you know, track 4, track 12, track 7, track 1. There's a lot of different variants. Now let me enable the headlight. Notice that. And we shall get going. But before that, we should probably take a look at the lighting effects. Like I mentioned before, with the bell sound effect, or longhorn sound effect, the lights will flash. And when power is applied, you can see that the interior is lit up, which is really nice. I love that they include that little detail. And if we flip it into reverse, the marker lights automatically come on, and in the back, the headlights come on. Alright, let's run the locomotive. Notice how it slowly came to a stop. That wasn't me. You can change the momentum settings with this locomotive, which is another really nice touch by Bachmann. And let's run it in reverse now. Alright, now let's hook it up with a couple Kato superliners and see it run around the layout. Alrighty, I lashed it up to a 3-car consist, so let's go.
May I have your attention, please? Now departing on track 3, northbound train number 190. Last call for train number 190 on track 3. All aboard!
Southbound train 111. Please stand behind the yellow line as the train approaches the platform. Only ticketed passengers will be allowed to board the train.
If you'd like to see more videos of that train running, check out my YouTube shorts. Most of them are of that. My final thoughts on this locomotive are extremely high. It is a good runner, it's extremely detailed, the sound is really loud, and it looks nice pulling a modern Amtrak consist. However, it is really expensive. The MSRP is $495 US. That is absurd for this locomotive. Thankfully, most sellers sell it around like $280 or $290. I got it on sale for $260. So, you know, a much more reasonable price. If you want to buy this locomotive, make sure to buy it from anywhere but Bachmann, because like I said, the prices are extremely high. But yeah, that concludes this review. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. Thank you for watching.